Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome. It's June 5th, and you're tuned into Inspirations for Your Life, Inspirational Show. And I want to thank you so much for coming and making this a part of your day. If you're new here and you're watching us, well, grab your smartphone, please. And once you've done that, then go ahead and launch out, that camera app. Point over the QR code like so. And once you do that, you'll get the link for the little yellow ellipse. You'll get my link tree with lots of great information to improve the quality of your life. If you're not watching us, but you're listening to us only, then just go ahead and go to believemeachieve.com. I do want to thank you very much if you are coming back and you're listening to us, whether that's at 12 noon, 12 midnight, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., or whenever you choose to watch and listen to us. Thank you so much for making the choice to have Inspirations for Your Life a daily part of your day. I really do appreciate that so very much. Let's get right into our master topic. Show everyone, here we go. So ARPC, Series 2, Show 23, Episode 3. So ARPC stands for Acceptance, Rejection, Projection, Connection. We're in our Series 2, which means the second year, Show 23, and Episode number 3. All right. So let's get right into this because this is really a great show. So thinking about signs of rejection. All right. Signs of rejection can really hinder someone. A facial expression, perhaps if maybe you're frowning a certain way, or if you have a certain type of sensitivity because of your brain or certain activity that you're eliciting. And so some people will show an anger or disgust because of something that happened, but it might not because of you. It may be because of the situation, and that might be taken wrong. Heightened psychological activity when people with rejection fear they may be rejected. So they've already kind of raise the bar on the fact, well, I know I'm going to be rejected, so I might as well just reject myself anyway. That's not very good. Misinterpreted behavior. People are just really hyper aware of things. They don't want to become friends with me. No, why would they want to? Someone's just rejecting because of being sensitive. Maybe you have a bias. Individuals who rank high in rejection or sensitivity often pay more attention to rejection or signs they were rejected. So if someone rejected, let's say, you, well, you might reject them, or vice versa, right? Perceived rejections. So causes of rejection could include times in your childhood, a childhood experience. Maybe you were exposed to a certain reaction with other kids on the playground, and that scarred you, and you didn't really get rid of it. And so it's never too late to get rid of something that might be still inside you, that might be preventing you from becoming that better version of yourself. Rejection becomes very critical, according to studies in child development and things like that. But children who feel bullied or, let's say, ostracized develop a fear, and they reject everyone or everything. So they don't allow anything to come near them, people, anything. And this can be a very painful type of rejection. There's another type, which is a biological vulnerability. It might be a genetic condition of certain traits. And someone will be sensitive to rejection because of that. An impact of rejection of sensitivity. Additionally, there are two primary factors at play in people with rejection: sensitivity, the constant need to be liked, and the challenges they face in forming meaningful connections with other people. Here is a closer look. We could talk about two other important factors. One would be the constant need to always be liked, right? And difficulty making connections. So people that want to be liked, if they don't get that like, well, they start complaining. They start realizing that they're not all that. And really, it's not about that. It's about the fact that they need to develop an inner confidence. Okay. And so I want to tell you that this is something you need to understand in your life. All right. It's the bottom line. You got to understand your life. And so I know that making connections with some people, it might be difficult. Okay. Because there could be that possibility that you could get rejected and you don't want to possibly make yourself potentially vulnerable. Of course not. You'd rather just play the pity game or play the rejection game. People that have romantic relationship problems, someone's already expecting to be rejected because they don't want to get close to someone. So they're already planning something. So they're already expecting rejection and therefore they get rejected. Maybe things from your teenage years, adolescence, could be something that someone says to you while you're dating, and that might scar you, not just for that time, but for the rest of your life. Sometimes this will cause us to go into a state of physical aggression or non-physical hostility, all because of a conflict that results. And these effects are really something that affect both men and women. And both sexes fear rejection. And they're going to struggle to have a close romantic or intimate relationship. They might even fear having a close friend that's platonic because they feel that when they get to know them, they're going to be rejected. One study found that breakups and the rejection associated with them may be more likely to trigger depression in women. So there have been other studies about anxiety, body disorders, borderline personality disorders, loneliness, right? And you might be saying, hey, John, this isn't happening to me. I get it may not be happening to you, but it's important to think about this. If you suspect that this is going on, you need to address it now. Why? Because if you don't address it now, it causes a problem. So the signs of rejection are facial expressions, a heightened psychological activity, misinterpreted behavior, or an attention bias, or interpersonal sensitivity. Causes of rejection, however, are childhood experiences, biological vulnerabilities, the need to always be liked, difficulty making connections, romantic relationship challenges, effects from adolescence, and also, ladies and gentlemen, mental health disorders. And you might say, gee, well, somebody has a disorder, that's not my problem. Well, that's true. It may not be your problem, but you should still be kind to them. There was a lot of great quotes that have transpired. And a lot of leaders understand that it's not about the power that they gain because of their ability, but it's how they empower other people. So it's not about the power they gain, but it's how they will empower others. Now, you might be saying as you're listening to me, hey, John, I had issues in my childhood and they're under a carpet. Well, if they're under a carpet, are you still feeling bad about yourself? Are you able to talk about it? Or do you want to just, I don't know, push it under a rug, hoping no one will talk about it? And if they do, you're either going to leave the room, maybe get angry, maybe demand that they change the topic. And this happens because as human beings, we are creatures that are based on feelings and actions. Our feelings will dictate how we react and the actions that we elicit in life. If you don't believe me, just think about the last time that you probably were not in a great state. Maybe you were feeling depressed. What did you do? Did you go to an ice cream place or to a restaurant and eat tons of food because you felt that if you did that, the pain would go away? But really, what you did is you made it worse. You made it worse. How? I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that it is not always about you, okay? But it's about how people perceive themselves. Hmm. Remember, life is all about perceptions. It's all about perceptions. You are today what you are because of the thoughts you had yesterday. You will be tomorrow and the days going forward based on the thoughts that you have now. So we know what acceptance is because we talked about that. We know what rejection is. But I think what's important to realize is that we sometimes don't understand how easy it is that we flip between acceptance or rejection. And we all know that acceptance is better for our well being and everyone else's. But when we go into a rejection state, we're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Right? We don't believe because we're like, oh, well, it's only one rejection. It's not a big deal. Well, it may not be a big deal to you, but it could be a big deal. It could be a big deal. Why? I think it comes down to the fact that people want to feel. People want to feel. And if people want to feel, then I will tell you that you need to understand that feeling in life. You need to understand that feeling in life. Does that mean something to you? Why? It can be a little crazy. I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that life happens. Life happens. If we understand that life happens, then maybe you'll respect the fact that your thoughts are more powerful than you thought they could be. That sounds a little nuts, doesn't it? What does that mean? I think it means that our feelings are very important. And by that feeling, we have the ability to create in our world. We have the ability to create in our world. creation starts in the mind. Okay? It starts in the mind. It starts in the mind because the thought is what makes us go from point A to point B. And you can't expect it to just happen overnight. You can't. You cannot expect it. Tell me why. I think it's because people don't quite understand how their feelings affect their reality. They don't understand it. And the reason they don't understand it is that they've never seen how impactful it can be. So if we don't get a hold of what acceptance and rejection is, we're doomed for failure, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I've got a lot to share with you, but I want you guys this week to understand acceptance, rejection, projection, connection. You know why? Because it's going to dictate whether you'll be successful or not. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you this fantastic, amazing evening. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space Emily Y Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase to help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or perhaps even a savory dessert plate. Either way, I'll be grateful. Those pennies and dollars will invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone.